Yeah, I'm so excited. So, we have had requests for years from our support staff for some collaboration time. So, probably like a lot of divisions, you employ some amazing paraprofessional staff, and a lot of them are probably EAs who, come with varying degrees of expertise. So, you've got everything from foreign trained teachers down to, very talented and very driven, but perhaps not um, as experienced people from your community. I mean, some of
Yeah.
our EAs are 18 years old. They were
Yeah.
sitting in our high school classrooms a
Yeah.
couple months ago, but they're great, but they're fresh and they're dealing with spicies, some
Yeah.
spicy little ones. And so it's been an ask for, things like a well-developed mentorship program and lots of collaboration time. And the struggle has always been in a smaller center, who's going to run these things?
Yeah.
What does a program like that look like? What would even an afternoon of collaboration necessarily look like for our support staff, our paraprofessionals, in particular EAs? How do you organize something and give it a well-developed, robust structure without it degrading into, a bit of a situation, because it could be.
Yeah.
And so I thought a great idea would be something similar to what we're going to start doing with our new teacher mentorship, would be, which I can talk about in a moment as
We
well,
would
but would
love
be
to hear that.
using, sure, would be using the collaborative response model, in particular the CTM, to run through that with our paraprofessionals, with our EAs. And
Mhm.
so right now we're in the context of the teacher strike. And so you lovely folks have put together some professional learning. And if you are watching this and you want some great learning for your EAs, you talk to Curtis and Lorna because it's great. So we'll be doing that learning with our EAs in a flipped classroom model. They'll do the 3 hour EA course, which gives them a run through of the collaborative response model, the different layers, all those things, and then their expectation if they are to attend as a paraprofessional in that meeting, which looks very different than a teacher. It's fabulous. Bring your celebrations and bring your ideas, but don't sweat it. Key issues are not going to be your thing
Yeah.
when you're attending as an EA. What we're going to do then after that is spend a few hours with these lovely ladies and gentlemen doing a modified CTM. And so I will run a CTM and I'll have some other folks with me, and we will have EAs just for that one afternoon. So we'll have a clarifying conversation that this is your time to bring some of the issues that you have in this one, because it's just EAs to EAs. So
Yeah.
very
Mhm.
similar to what we do with our principals and our vice principals at admin council, EA to EA with a facilitator there, myself or somebody else. Um, let's talk about some key issues that you're experiencing in your practice as an educational assistant. So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
think of a student, write their name down, but we're not necessarily going to say the student's name, and we'll do it school to school. So you
Yeah.
won't necessarily, Eastbrook Elementary EAs won't just be with Eastbrook EAs. You might be with Uplands, Dutchess, Griffin Park,
Yeah. Yeah.
wherever. You'll
Yeah.
sitting and kids are kids. Let's talk
Love it.
about this. And we can talk about, I'm having trouble with toileting. I have this kid whose shoes will not go on. Or
Yeah. Yeah.
fine, I have one whose shoes won't come off. Who knows, right? So let's just get down into it. And again, it'll be excellent, I feel, for me as a system administrator to also hear these things, to give, I'll give what I can, but they are the expertise in the room.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
have the understanding. I've not had the benefit of being an EA. I was a classroom helper in high school at Eastbrook Elementary. That was the 90s. We're not at the same game.
No.
It's not the same game.
No.
And so yeah, they have that expertise, and that will give them the opportunity to mentor each other,
Yes.
build each other up, is my hope. And leave with some great ideas. We can also have, a key issue could be reentry. So after the labor disruption ends, what's that going to look like for them when they receive back into the classroom, potentially some very dysregulated little people
Yeah.
and big people.
Yep.
Yeah, so that can be another key issue that we can work through there. And, it can go hand in glove with some of the other professional learning that they've been doing on classroom complexity over the last week or so. So, hoping that this will all work well, but at the very least, what they're going to have is a better understanding of that common language that we've been using with our certificated staff across the division as an employee group who maybe doesn't always get the same kind of professional learning in some of these things that we're doing. We did a little bit with them about 2 years ago. We did an EA series and collaborative response did come up, but we do have staff changeover.
Yeah.
And so that's something that we're learning really does have to be paid close attention to, is that kind of succession planning and onboarding piece.